Welcome to episode 5 of Writing a Screenplay. More notes and outline. I'm a little under the weather today. I don't feel well, but gotta work, gotta write, and at least I can organize some notes. So I want to go over some things that I added, um, but let's see what I have here. I still have wraparound segments to deal with. Um, I've added twists and turns, dark and macabre, because that's something I don't want to forget. I want to have these stories include some twists and turns and have those moments where some of those things that we were believed are things we probably shouldn't have. That's common in a lot of horror anthology films, and I definitely want to have some of that. Definitely want to have some twists and turns and lessons learned. There a lot of the horror anthology films, like the late '60s and the '70s, and all the Amicus horror anthology films, they were always about bad people, essentially. You got your Tales from the Crypt, where they're already dead, and he's like, "This could happen to you," and then at the end, he's like, I'm just messing. You already dead. You already dead." There's a lot of that about bad people being told their own stories in some fashion, and a lot of comeuppance. So, and that's what I have here as well. Morality tales, a villain. Whoops, morality tale, villain story, comeuppance. Yeah, I don't want to just have standard protag, protagonist versus antagonist sort of thing. I want to avoid repetitive narratives. If I'm going to be telling 5 to 7 stories here, they can't all have the same structure. Boo doo doo, boo doo doo, boo doo doo. That would be garbage. That would be garbage. So I'm going to avoid that. I've been coming up with more ideas for stories, very very loosely. Uh, do I use that word ideas? But a crime cover-up story. I find covering up crimes interesting. Uh, a lot of times more interesting than the crime itself, because it's just, I don't know. Then you're dealing with what you've done, and some people seek out help. Oh man, oh, I don't feel good today. Revenge story. Uh, I'm gonna get rid of this because I have it up here. Themes. When I'm doing notes for something like this, it's a couple of overall themes that I want to keep popping in certain subplots and things like that, sprinkled throughout the whole story, really. But this is a horror anthology, so we're gonna get a bunch of different types of themes. Maybe there will be some crossover. We'll see, but there are certain ones that I do want to touch on, and those are some of them. I want to do a black and white story. Um, Probably I've had this idea for a while, and it seems like a great time to use it. Um, where you could film it in black and white. The protagonist could have acromatopsia. Acromatopsia. Yeah. Those people essentially see in shades of gray. They don't see color. So that could be a fun way to do it. And if that's what we're gonna do there, I want to make color matter. I've already thought of one good use for it. Um, Utilizing blood. I mean, blood's red or kind of brown when it's dried. I think that could be a fun element to play with this person who has acromatopsia. Voices in his or her head story. Um, this is another idea I've kind of had for a while, and by idea, it's not a movie. It's very much a small thing, but these small things work perfectly for a horror anthology. You know, wet your beak with that. Voices in the head, so you get that inner monologue, like the show, uh, Peep Show, back in the day. They just did it in Venom. That's what made me think of it again, where you hear the back and forth, like you shut up, no you piece of shit, all that sort of stuff. Deciding what it would be. Is this person insane? Do they have something living inside them, or is it something else completely? Something I want to work with. But I have a feeling I'm going to move that down into the outline because I do like that. I do like that. And I'm going to be combining story elements and ideas. So I might add this voices in the head with the black and white story, or we'll we'll see. We're going to be mixing and matching at some point here, trying to get the most bang for my buck as far as the story goes. I don't want them to be very one dimensional. I want them to be thick and have a lot of good stuff going on. City based movie, city based concept. I'm still working with that. Is it a big city? Suburbs? It's ghetto? Coast town? Down south? Like where? I gotta whittle this down. But I'm thinking suburbs. I love I love exposing the horrors of what seems to be a nice situation, and still need city names. Now I've been messing a little bit. I still have no characters. This is a concern, but with it being a horror anthology, what can we do? We have to come up with the ideas first. Normally, it's a lot of times it's the other way around, and you come up with half an idea, and you've already got five characters who play a vital role. But with this, not yet, not yet. And there's going to be a lot because there's 7 stories. So I've been oh, don't feel well. So I've been dropping in the stories into the outline, and this isn't a big deal yet. Everything could be moved around, but the ghost story. I see. I forgot to do this last time. Um, I want to do a ghost story, and I think this could be where we play with the evidence of someone inside the house. Someone's inside the house. Why is that moved? Why is that open? Why? That's not how I left it. Um, I think that could work there. But I've been on the fence because of part of me likes the idea of the evidence leading to somebody actually being there. I think that could be fun. Um, I think that's actually what we might do. I think we might sell it as a ghost story, to the point where maybe even the house is haunted. And it's like people were killed there 14 years ago, and blah blah blah, boom boom boom. Nobody's bought that whatever. Nobody's bought that house. Oh, okay, well you bought it. Now you're hearing stuff. It's because I don't know. Maybe some homeless people like moved in or something. Um, Squatters. That's the word. Squatters. Uh, I think that could be fun. I think that could be fun. Maybe it just drives this person crazy. I don't know. There, there's places to go with this. Does it drive him crazy? I'm gonna use the pronoun him a lot because I'm a dude. Guy buys house. History of murders. Seems like ghosts. Is it squatters at the end? That could be fun. That could be fun, and it would be scary on the way. It would almost have a humorous ending at this point, the way we're playing with it. But we'll see. Or maybe Mystery of Murders cult. Is it squatters cultists at the end? Now that's good. I like that. I like that. Does it drive him crazy? Okay. Story 2, gas station attendant story. Don't know if I'm going to even go with this one. I just like the idea of being isolated, working that late, 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, and just being there at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Like, like I've been in the gas station at those times. There's nobody there, and the people that are there are either shit faced, drugged up, or just weird. Um, but I like the idea, isolation, fear, being alone. I think that could be good. This is definitely one that I would combine some ideas to give this more weight. Um, but so far we have a ghost story here, and I'm liking where that's coming. I like where that's going now, because we get my evidence thing. We're gonna get some what's truly going on questions, um, and I get to write a lot of spooky stuff for it. Um, Monster Hunter story. Monster Hunter story. Like I said, we've been playing that game, Monster of the Week. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but modern day, and they're hunting monsters instead of orcs. Very fun. I just like the idea of it. I like the idea of follow the hunter. We follow the hunter almost soldier like. This is a job calling. Like, I don't know if I want to go the Van Helsing route, or like a cop, like we got a problem, we got to solve it, you know, route with that. Um, I like the idea. Hunter has to die. For some reason, that's just. I want the monster to win. And maybe even we see the monster again in another story. I think that could work. I think that could be fun. Story 4. I haven't been doing too much thinking about this specific story. Serial killer story, The Mailman. I think I talked about this in one of the first videos, where it's like a slasher, and we followed the mailman. And I don't know. No, 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 no. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So what do I have in my notes that I can drop into there? Now, I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff. Twists and turns, because it's gonna start junking up my notes. What I can do is at least truncate it, organize my notes just a little bit. Still don't know about wraparound segments. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. Unless I come up with something pretty cool. I'd rather just go. I'd rather just go. Honestly, a lot of times, that's my least favorite part of the horror anthology is the opening. Because we know what we're watching. We're going to see a bunch of shorts, a bunch of segments. And I hate not getting to them right away. If anything, we do a cold open into a story, and then maybe when that story ends, it's like maybe somebody was telling that story, and that way we're introduced to our wraparound segments. Although it's not really wrapped around, we drop it kind of while we're already going. But you don't see that often. That could be a fun way to do it. I just wanna get in hard. I just want to get in hard and start the story. Start that story. I'm going to die today. I don't feel good. Gonna die. A detective story. He's on the case of something. Um, See this? There we go. Tie in with another story. It could be he's on the case of monster hunter, monster, serial killer, all of these gas station attendant. all of those things are already in the script, so that could be fun. Now, time with another story. This ends up going off the rails, going away from the tie-in towards something else slash worse. Or he's on the case of something else, something mundane, and it leads to one of the tie-in stories. I like that. I like that. We've got options. We've got options there. Story 6, home invasion story. I like. We all like a good horror home invasion story. They're very popular. The strangers and funny things, and it's terrifying. It's terrifying. And those are like the weird ones where they're kind of toying with you. But what about like the Richard Specks? You know, the Charlie Mansons. Like that shit. That ain't fun. It's brutal. So I needed to figure out tone. Toying with them or brutal. What am I doing? What am I doing? So, home invasion story. Don't know the characters yet. Is it going to be a single family, a guy and a gal? Is it going to be a couple of kids and the parents are out, a date night or something? Is it going to be one little boy? Is it going to be one teenage girl by herself on the phone? You know, just on the because there was a movie. Shoot, it's on Netflix. It's somewhat recent. It's about a deaf woman who's isolated in a cabin. She's like escaping the world for a little bit. I think there's some boyfriend issues, but she's at this cabin and she's, I think she's a deaf mute, and there's a killer, and but she has a lot of phone and like interactions with the iPad, and somebody's like, "Is that somebody behind you?" and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if I'll use anything like that. But when I said teenage girl, the first thought was the phone, and I think that could be a good way if I do that to cheat with some exposition. Because if she's by herself, she can't be like, "There's nobody. There can't be anybody down there. Mom and Dad went. They're on their anniversary dinner. What?" She can't just say that shit aloud to the audience. But if she's on the phone with her friend, it's a little more acceptable. Although, I don't know how much exposition we'd even need. You know? So I think I might do that. Home invasion story. Teenage girl. Alone. Parents are out. Yeah. There you go. And I want a good twist. I want a good twist for that. I want a good twist. Damn it. So story 7. Let's drop one of those guys in here real quick. I like these though. Could the voices in the head? I want to combine it right now with the serial killer story. Come on. Alright. Because I don't think this would work with the detective guy. Hears voices in his head. Or her head. I'll do that. I'll make the serial killer the woman. That way women are like, well, You could have made the detective the woman. You had to go the killer. I don't know the genders of anybody yet, or those factors just yet. Just yet. So I think that'll be good. Now the key delay showing serial killer aspects for a while. Otherwise, I mean, there's no is he crazy. I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll find out. We'll keep tweaking. The black and white story. Can I drop that in anywhere? A detective that can't see blood. I don't know how. I don't know how long he'd make it. Ghost story, spooky, scary. Cover up story. See, this is more of an element and not really a story itself. A cover up story is a story. You know, throw that there for now. Okay. So I still got that. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to call it for this. I'm obviously going to keep working. I'm going to keep adding notes. Maybe I'll create a character or two. And this video is probably going to be long. I think I'm going to stitch them together. So this isn't going to be its own separate video. Um, there's going to be another clip very shortly where hopefully this has been improved upon.